It is a beautiful day today in Philadelphia, and tonight they will be rocking the Electric Factory. Of Mice and Men and Tino and Austin are here in their combat gear, ready for war. Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Doing well, man.
Is that the war pose?
Yeah, it's kind of like put up your dukes kind of thing, like we're going into battle.
I heard that's the first thing they teach you in the Army is, all right, when you see the enemy, just go.
Put them up.
Put them up.
I don't know about that.
How are you guys? How's your day been today in Philadelphia?
Great. Woke up about 5 hours ago.
Okay.
Watched some Super Smash Brothers go down on the bus.
Yes.
I just flew in yesterday from Los Angeles. We flew in, literally got off the plane, played the show, did our VIP after the show, went to bed, woke up, and here we are again. So it's kind of, day in, day out. We get to, you get to do the same thing and play in a different show in a different city and different day every night.
Is that the bus game of choice, is Smash Brothers?
Definitely. It definitely gets the most heated. We've got like an Xbox on, we've got a PlayStation, but I always try and bring out my N64 for like the nostalgia and the fun of like the camaraderie of playing, I guess. And it's cool. We kind of get in like bus tournaments and stuff like that. And we've gone through a couple controllers.
Yeah.
It's still the same N64 that I had when I was way younger too. So, knock on wood that it lasts. But we don't really play too many games. But when we do, it's usually.
Who's the one that gets pissed and throws the controller?
Nobody really throws the controllers. I know Aaron is a controller breaker, but not of the N64 controllers.
Big hands.
Yeah, he's got.
So it is just so much.
Yeah.
It's like just halting out on controllers. That's awesome.
Doesn't know his own string.
Hey, so he was telling me something before you got here about how you guys will actually videotape your sets with cameras just like what we're using here today.
Oh, that's a camera?
Yeah, that's a camera. And says that you guys will actually go almost like a football team and review the tape and like see what you guys did, what worked, what didn't work.
Yeah, it's crucial. It's basically job evaluation. It's the same as a quarterly report or what, here's how you did at the end of the week, and you go back and you watch. It's just like watching tape or film, like you said, through sports players and athletes. They watch to see what they've done wrong, what they could do different, where they slipped up, where they, should have done this, and
Find improvements, essentially.
Find improvements, and that's what we do from our live show to okay, I couldn't understand this part. Maybe I need to pronounce this thing better from musically, vocally to just how we actually are on stage, and it's cool. We love what we do, and we're really passionate about it, and we want to do it the best that we can.
How is this tour going so far? You guys are kind of in the beginning stages of this one?
Yeah, I would say it's going great. We're headlining right now, supporting our new album, Restoring Force Full Circle, and
that's kind of like a deluxe version,
it's
with some
a
new
deluxe
stuff.
reissue. We put some new songs. The actual album, Restoring Force, has been out for over a year now, and this is actually the first U.S. headlining tour that we'll have done on the actual album since it came out. So this has kind of been a long time in the works for us. We wanted to make sure that we were focusing a lot on some international travel for the first, year, getting out to Europe, getting out to Australia, getting out to different countries in order to make our presence known out there. And so now we're stateside, and we're touring with a band called Crown the Empire and Volumes from Los Angeles. And it's going awesome, man. We've got a lot of these shows are some of the biggest headlining shows that we've done in the States. The Electric Factory is such a beautiful venue, and there's a lot of history here with bands coming through, for decades.
As I was looking up of Mice and Men stuff today, I saw your New York Times piece, and I also caught this thing in Idaho. There's like parents that are trying to ban the book and trying to get the book out of high schools. Did you see this whole thing?
Yeah, I briefly read about it. It's American literature,
Right.
like it's something that's historic that maybe times are different now, I guess, and I wouldn't say like take it out, I guess is my stance.
It's worse than that damn book.
Yeah, it's
The Catcher in the Rye. I was allowed to read The Catcher in the Rye in 8th grade, and that book is grotesque.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
which is fine, but not for an 8th grader.
I thought it was interesting to ask you. Because it's a namesake book for you guys, and they say, hey, it's depressing, and the language is too much. But the reason why he won the awards is because of how real the book was.
Exactly. It depicts a very particular way of life that that American culture used to be about, and we all know that it's not like that anymore. Like there's a lot more what's the word, like acceptance and in all, in all walks of life, from any race to any person. And I don't necessarily feel that a lot of the actual characterizations of that book are real, but the themes behind it actually are what we feel like, what we associate our band with, and ultimately that's what you take away from the book. You don't take away like the darkness of it and the this and the that, like of the characters itself. It's kind of like the whole reason why the book was written was because of the themes and what's behind everything, and it wasn't just for the face value of,
right.
Oh yeah, like we use this type of wording and this type of characterizations for these people. Ultimately, it's what you take away from the themes of the book and what the book really means and what the message that they were trying to relay. So it's interesting, but I mean, I don't know. It doesn't really affect us too much,
And I had read that a big part of the reason why that is, the name of the band is because of those themes and the idea of, this American dream and being self-sufficient, and that's something that you guys identified with.
Absolutely. That's where this band started. And from the quote, I mean, John Steinbeck got the idea from the book from, I guess, a soliloquy, a poem, whatever you want to call it, from way back 1400s, 1300s, and it was from the best laid plans of mice and men
Right.
often go awry, and that's from a poem, and he wrote it about feeding this little mouse when he was poor, and he said, I'm poor too, but I'm going to give you some of mine, because guess what? The best laid plans of you, from the smallest of you, to me, who's a human and in charge, whatever, things go wrong, and that's been my life story since from being born and weeks early to hernias, ear surgery, the whole 9 yards, up until I was 1 year old, and then 2 years old, everything, and you can't plan for anything, and that's the biggest thing with life is the things that get thrown at you. You have to learn how to handle those things.
Sure.
Because that's you can't do anything about that. You have to swing at the pitches you've been given, and that's what we do, and that's what we've been doing, and that's what this band has continued to do.
Well, look, you guys you have been through a lot. Like, you especially, you guys have been through a lot and still out there and still killing it. And like you said, just playing a hard, heavy show. It all happens tonight at the Electric Factory. Energetic, heavy. These guys are all here to see you and ready to rock it. Of Mice and Men tonight at the Electric Factory.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Cool. Thanks so much, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, heck yeah.